Wow. 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 I can't believe it. Andrew Luck, all these injuries. I can't believe the guy's 30 years old. I thought he's like 28 years old. I can't freaking believe it. I can't fucking believe it, man. I don't know, dude. Dude, he's so young. He's so good at his job. He's going to win a Super Bowl. He was going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback. And I mean, Andrew Luck was ready. That division is so wide open this year. They have an amazing team. And Garrett, your nightmare in Tennessee, Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck beat the Titans 10 straight years. 10 straight years. And now Andrew Luck is retiring. But this guy, I don't even think he's 30 years old. He's the face of everything in Indianapolis. He's an awesome quarterback. He was great in the playoffs. And I guess that's what it is, man. It's fucking crazy. The Colts are done. I mean, Brissett is terrible. They just have Paris Campbell. They have an amazing defense. And I don't know why. I don't know why. Little Light, thanks for the donation. I feel bad for Luck. And Robert Griffin, that's an amazing statistic. Who would have ever thought that RG3 would last longer than Andrew Luck? I mean, this is out of nowhere. This is news that literally shocked me. This made me jolt. It's so crazy because when you look now at the Colts, I mean, they were a team that's ready to win a championship. They might want to make a move for Eli Manning. I'm not even joking around. The good news for Eli Manning is he's going to be able to play there next year. The Colts are going to have to start a rookie quarterback. This is like the Curtis Painter year. And now Nick Foles and the Jaguars look really good. Lamar Miller is hurt. And Lamar Miller is freaking hurt. And the Colts are tanking for Tua. And this is absolutely absurd because it's just like Curtis Painter all over again. I don't know about the Tennessee Titans. My guy Davis Webb, I think Eli Manning could go there. This is Peyton Manning City. Peyton can get Eli to go to the Indianapolis Colts. I think the Jags, if you put money on the Jaguars, you're going to be a millionaire because I don't know if Deshaun Watson's going to win that division. It's the worst division in all football. And Andrew Luck is a top 8 quarterback, top 7 quarterback. I thought the Colts were going deep into the playoffs. I thought they were 13-3. I mean, I can't believe Andrew Luck is retired. This guy is not even 30 yet. And he has an ankle injury. It's not even like he has a concussion. Oh my God. Oh my God, is Teddy Bridgewater? Brissett is terrible. Have you ever seen Brissett play? He's so slow. So slow. You need a quarterback. That defensive line's not good enough yet. Frank Reich is a good coach. The Colts were just in the divisional round last year. They have Quinn and Nelson. They have an amazing offensive line. You have Marlon Mack. You just drafted Paris Campbell. And it's crazy. Val Rocha, what's up, dude? Andrew Luck is retired from the NFL. The Tennessee Titans, the Jaguars now have a chance. I don't know about that, Michael. I don't know. I really don't think Chris Ballard handled it wrong. I don't think Jim Irsay handled it wrong. Lamar Miller is out too. He was a really good quarterback. He was on the road to being a Hall of Fame quarterback. Some of the best mechanics ever out of Stanford. Best mechanics out of Stanford that you've ever seen is Andrew Luck. And this guy was a really good football player. Listen, Andrew Luck, I mean, he got to the AFC Championship. Andrew Luck, Q-Dog, what's going on? Andrew Luck, this was supposed to be the year that the Colts were going to make a Super Bowl run. He was going to get healthy. He had a couple of ankle problems. How old's the guy? 28? He's 28 years old. Quarterbacks are playing into their 40. Tom Brady's almost 45. Eli Manning can barely walk. Freaking Joe Flacco is still playing football. Ryan Tannehill's still playing in the NFL. I mean, so many quarterbacks. Drew Brees is still playing in the NFL, and Andrew Luck has decided to retire now. Now, Andrew Luck is a freaking genius. He went to Stanford. So the guy is clearly going to be like a mechanical engineer, but it was lower body. It's not even like he's had a lot of concussion. It was all lower body injuries. And I'm not even sure. I mean, it's not fake. I'm not trying to get news. I'm not trying to get all these views because Schefter just reported it. It shocks the NFL. It gives teams like Jacksonville an opportunity now. It gives teams like Denver, like the Kansas City Chiefs, it gives New England another opportunity. Maybe there's some mental health issues, but the guy seems pretty relatively stable. He's not on social media at all. And he did take a beating his first couple years. This came out of nowhere. There were no signs at all. And the fact that this is now is crazy. Bosco, you're completely right. I mean, I have no earthly idea where this came from. I have no earthly idea what the hell's going to happen. It's going to be swag time. Screw Brissett, bring in Swag Kelly, Swag Annapolis. I was watching the Florida game, and I'm watching Felipe Franks out here blowing it. I'm watching Dan Mullen calling draw plays from his own goal line, and I'm watching Miami kick the living shit out of Florida, and suddenly Andrew Luck's retiring. I'm supposed to be enjoying college football today. Did Florida just score a touchdown? I've just completely lost interest. This is the biggest story ever. There's never been a more shocking retirement in the history of sports than this in my lifetime. This came out of nowhere. This isn't even like Boogie Cousins hasn't even retired yet. Bo Jackson, I don't know, maybe Bo Jackson, but I was barely born for this. This is crazy. Chris Ballard, the Colts are so stable. They're so quiet. They're so stable. We think so highly of the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts were ready to make the Super Bowl this year. They have Darius Leonard. They just drafted Benagoo. They just drafted Rock Ya-Sin. Their secondary's nasty with Malik Hooker. Darius Leonard's like the best defensive player in the NFL. Matt Eberflus is an amazing defensive coordinator. You have Frank Reich there, T.Y. Hilton, Eric Ebron, Paris Campbell, and T.Y. Hilton. This was a team that was ready to roll. Andrew Luck was 10-0 versus Andrew Luck was 10-0. He went from being out one game. One game to now he's never going to play a down of football again. He's pissing away a Hall of Fame career. I mean, just such an impulsive decision, I think, on Andrew's part because he's 28 years old. Why don't you at least wait 5 more years? And I'm telling you this, that team is ready to win. And I'm telling you that the Indianapolis Colts would probably give up 2 first-rounders. I'm telling you that Eli Manning could go to the Colts. And as an Eli Manning fan, after this year, I want to see him lead the Indianapolis Colts to a championship. I mean, he's dealt with a lot of injuries. I mean, the dude's been through the ringer, but there was no sign he was going to retire. I mean, he's entering the prime. Couldn't he squeeze out 5 more years of playing football? It reminded me of Calvin Johnson, I guess. It's a little sad. It's definitely sad. It's shocking. It's shocking because the Colts now, the whole landscape has flipped. That franchise has gone to shit in a matter of minutes. I thought the Colts were a lock to win that division. I thought the Colts were going to maybe go to the Super Bowl. I thought Andrew Luck would have a chance if he were to get over. I thought it was a high ankle sprain. I thought it was a high ankle sprain. He would miss 1 or 2 weeks of the season, whatever. He's having an unhealthy offseason like he always does with his lower ankle. That's what I thought. I thought it's a lower ankle injury. I don't think Brissett is going to be anything. He can't move. He's a sackaholic. He's a sack waiting to happen. He has zero mobility. He can't pick up a blitz. He's like Deshaun Kaiser. He's no good. I've watched him play. You got to put in Swag Kelly. G-Men 49, it's nuts. Jacoby isn't good enough. He's terrible. He's a backup quarterback. Suddenly you're worse than the Raiders. That's how much luck means to this team because he's brilliant. He has great touch on his passes. He's able to throw over the middle of the field. Brissett, the best case scenario, they're 8-8. I guess that's why they brought in Swag Kelly. I think they should play Swag Kelly. I think that guy actually has potential. But is Romo going to go there? I think Eli could go there. I think Eli next year can win that starting job. And as an Eli Manning fan, I am so excited for Eli Manning because he can go back where his brother played in Indianapolis, and Daniel Jones' era can start next year. And Eli could have a chance with that roster to do something special while the rookie quarterback gets adjusted. I'm telling you, the Colts would give the Giants a first rounder if the Giants wanted it. I still love Eli Manning. I don't think Eli's going anywhere, but it's certainly interesting. Eli, after this year, is going to get to play next year, probably in Indianapolis. No, Eli's had a good preseason, but this is exciting for Eli Manning. McAfee! I love Pat McAfee, dude. Fourth stringer. But, let me tell you what. Oh my gosh. What Jake Fromm is going to be a 5th-round quarterback. He can't throw an out route, okay? I'm tired of Jake Fromm in the 1st round. Davis Webb, of course. I don't think so, man. Andrew Luck's a man of high moral character. I don't understand this move at all. Why won't you ride it out? And they're playing a game right now. What the hell is going on? They're playing a preseason game right now. So why is this news coming out? We're a week away from playing football. He won't even take a gap year. He played last year. There was concerns about his shoulder. Is he ever going to come back, right? Is he ever going to come back? He was going to take a gap year last year. He played great at the end of last year with his shoulder. This is a guy that has the rest of his life to go be a mechanical engineer or be like Oliver Luck and be a commissioner of some shitty-ass football league. His life is going to be amazing. He's a freaking genius child. He went to Stanford. His dad is Oliver Luck. He's not going to have problems. But he says he's mentally worn down. I fought one more year for Andrew Luck. I thought we could get a couple more years. I'm shocked. He's not even 30 years old. There was no sign of this at all. I don't understand this at all. And the Colts are going to be shit. That whole division now, I think now in the AFC without the Colts, you now have the Raiders, the Broncos, and the Chiefs. And they're all going to be vying for that spot. You have the Buffalo Bills now. You have the Patriots and the Jets. You have some opportunities. The AFC has just gotten open. Wide open. Nick Foles, D.D. Westbrook, Josh Allen. Those Jaguars look a hell of a lot better. I watched them the other night. Josh Allen is outstandingly good. The Pittsburgh Steelers have a chance. I don't know. Kaepernick hasn't played so long. I won't do that. He hasn't played in so long. I think Brissett and Swag are just good as options. Biggest threat was Andrew Luck. And the point is you had Reich, you had Chris Ballard. I can't believe this decision was made. I can't believe that this is the biggest breaking news. Crazy. I'm thinking the same thing. I think Eli's going there too. I don't know if this is going to send a ripple effect like Carson Wentz. I don't know if Dak Prescott's going to get paid more money now. The Colts are kind of a win-now team. They've kind of built the right way. They need a stable quarterback to go through the AFC. I don't think Swag. I don't know if Swag can be that guy for him. I've seen Brissett play too much. I think Alex Smith is done too. He's on the verge of retirement. So, what other quarterbacks do you have? I mean, I don't think Ryan Finley's that good. I think Jarrett Stidham's decent, but again, you're talking about a lot of unproven quarterbacks. Like, who's a good backup quarterback that can play in the NFL? You have Tyrod Taylor. So, it's crazy. Oh, Mariota's a good one. This is crazy. This is crazy news. It's going to take a lot to digest this. The Colts organization and their franchise has lost their most important asset. And remember, it was Peyton Manning to Andrew Luck. And for the Indianapolis Colts, who thought they had the best luck in the world, you thought they had the best luck in the world. And you go from Peyton Manning to Andrew Luck. And you look at Andrew Luck as a top 8 quarterback in the NFL. I mean, that dude was a top 8 quarterback. You thought he'd be there for 7 or 8 more years, and you thought that the Colts would maybe win at least one. In the next 5 years, the Indianapolis Colts, especially with Brady getting old, you thought that the Indianapolis Colts were going to get to a Super Bowl in the next 5 years. Absolutely. Absolutely. 1 or 2 Super Bowls, 1 or 2 AFC championships. You have Frank Reich, you have Chris Ballard, you have a great guard, you have Braden Smith and Quentin Nelson on that offensive line, you have T.Y. Hilton, and you had Andrew Luck, who, yes, was injured his shoulder, but looked great last year. And yeah, he has a couple ankle injuries. Big freaking deal. No one plays in the damn preseason anyway. So I did not even give it thought. You know, maybe the first week of the season, Andrew Luck, if he wasn't playing week 1, put it this way, I was more worried about Cam Newton the last few days than I was about Andrew freaking Luck the last few days. I mean, there's been more talk. No one saw this coming. Like, maybe the first game, Andrew Luck doesn't play. And then in week 2, we're like, when's Andrew coming back? But that division is such horseshit. You have Bill O'Brien. The Texans are old, and they have no offensive line, and they've never had a damn running back. The Jaguars have Doug Marrone as their head football coach, and the Jaguars have no sustained success ever in their franchise history. They've only won 2 playoff games, like, ever. You know, you look at the Colts, and you look at the Tennessee Titans with Mike Vrabel, you thought the Colts were just going to walk. And you thought Andrew Luck was going to play 8 more years. He's not even 30. He's probably 28 years old. He's 28 years old. Drew Lock could be a possibility. I'm not a Colts fan. I'm just saying how absurd this is. I mean, this is the most absurd news in the NFL. I mean, because if you're the Colts, you had Curtis Painter. You went from the Indianapolis Colts. You went from Peyton Manning. And now you're talking about Andrew Luck. And it was the greatest quarterback decision ever. Total shock value. Little like thank you again for the donation. You don't have to. I appreciate the heck out of that. You don't have to, though. You don't have to. You know, I appreciate it. I think preseason's over, for sure. I do. I think preseason is over. I mean, you look at Mike Glennon. I mean, Andrew Luck's a top 8 quarterback. The Colts are done. I mean, no, they can't handle this type of shit. You know, it's not like Chad Kelly's going to come in there and beat Brett Favre. I mean, I don't think so. He's not good. He's like Mike Glennon. He has no pocket awareness. He just gets sacked all day. He's too big, and he doesn't have the pocket awareness, man. And he hasn't played football in like 4 years. He's only started like 4 games, and it's not like he's Jimmy Garoppolo. He has a slow delivery and a slow release. And it's Jacoby's team now. Jacoby's going to get about 4 games, and he's going to look okay, maybe. The Colts are like 6-10 now. I don't know about the Tennessee Titans, man. I'm not a Titans guy. I think Jacksonville's actually going to win this division. I think Josh Allen is going to wreak havoc. I think Calais Campbell, Yannick Ngakoue, Marcel Darius, that defensive line's so nasty, it's so good. Nick Foles is good enough. D.D. Westbrook is going to have a monster season. I mean, but come on. I mean, yes, he's been hurt, but he's just been coming out of it. You know, Andrew Luck was like, you know what he was? As Felipe Franks just misses a throw over the middle of the field. Miami, go to the crib. Miami's going to freaking win this game. Unbelievable. You sound like a nerd. Maybe I am a freaking nerd. Alex, whatever your name is. I sound like a nerd. Good. What the hell does that even mean? Sound like a geek. Sound like a nerd. I thought Andrew Luck was coming out of that dark tunnel. I thought we had sunshine at the end of the tunnel. He just had his best year in the NFL. It makes no freaking sense. He has this leg injury. He's gotten hurt a lot. No one retires this abruptly. And come on, Andrew. I mean, you couldn't have even done it in the offseason, bro. I mean, now you've just wasted an entire season. You pretty much fucked up the whole year. But, you know, pretty much for Andrew Luck, I mean, the Colts are pretty much done. So it's Patriots Super Bowl again. Craziest retirement ever. The guy's 28 years old. What could have been? This is like a 30 for 30. This is nuts. Retired from the freaking league, like he quits. Retired, never going to come back ever. We're never going to see Andrew Luck play the quarterback position again. That's freaking sad. This is a quarterback. This is one of the best quarterbacks in our league. This is one of the best players in our league. This is an MVP candidate. This is a guy ready to win an MVP. This is a guy that was ready to win an MVP, and he probably has about 8 more years to go, 9 more years. And if you put money on the Colts, you are fucked. You are fucked. Craziest retirement I've ever seen in my life. Cam Newton got more coverage than this dude did. I mean, you heard nothing. It was as crazy as Paul George. That franchise is cursed. It's crazy. That's so true. Who would have thought RG3 lasted through Andrew Luck? I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. The AFC now, the Colts now. I mean, Tua could be going there. Justin Herbert. I mean, if they land Herbert, that's probably the guy. So I think we might get a story. Fake field goal, touchdown. 30 years old is an infant as a quarterback. Andrew Luck was ready to win a championship. He loved this culture. He loved Frank Reich and this offense. It's not a prank. I mean, Adam Schefter said it, so, I mean, it's crazy. Brissett is not Andrew Luck. They're in deep, deep shit. Brissett is not good. He is slow. He's fat and slow. He's bad. You could trade a first rounder for Matt Stafford. It's definitely a possibility. I mean, you are just, I think I'm going to take the Jacksonville Jaguars. As long as Nick does okay, Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't think Andrew will come. I mean, maybe Andrew will come back in like 4 years, but he's probably going to be an engineer. I think that Stafford thing's actually making some sense because the Lions aren't doing anything. Or how about this, Andy Dalton? How about Andy Dalton? That's a smart pick. Bengals aren't doing anything. Josh Rosen could be a Josh Rosen situation. Eli Manning is an option, but I don't think the Giants are going to bite on that. I think Eli's ready to have a year. So, but Eli would be good there. Dak's getting signed soon. I couldn't see that trade happening. Maybe Ryan Tannehill's perfect. Tannehill would be a perfect option. Ryan Tannehill. So then you have a quarterback with some starting experience. So Tannehill. That's Tannehill for like a Tannehill for like a third round pick. That's a perfect idea. I mean, there's other quarter. You could get McCown. You could get Tyrod Taylor. You could go ahead and get that guy Dolagala. You get a lot of guys. This is crazy. All right, guys, y'all were awesome. I'm about out of things to say. I mentioned all the scenarios that can happen. Tannehill, we can all just, throw whatever we have against the wall and see what happens. And Smith, I don't know. Bridgewater, probably not. Maybe Teddy and Ryan Tannehill. Just stack your quarterback room. And I mean, the Colts now, they're going to have to reload. I mean, I think you got to get a rookie quarterback in the building next year. But this is the most shocking retirement in the history of maybe the game of football. This guy was poised to be a Hall of Fame quarterback. Instead, he's not even close. This guy was poised to make a Super Bowl in his next 4 years. He was right on the precipice of greatness. He had a great GM in Chris Ballard. He has an awesome, awesome defense. He was ready to rock. I'm probably going to go watch Davis Webb, and I'm going to watch the end of this Miami game. And this is crazy. All righty, guys. Take care. Wow.